ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिनी। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी अशता देशतारिणी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरा भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। नमो ब्राह्मण देवाय गो ब्राह्मण हिताय च जगद्हिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय ते नमः। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्रिषे नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वंदे की जय। नमः ललिता ठाकुर की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। So, this is a Vaishnava Kirtan, but the author is not known. हरि हे दयाल मोरा, sorry, हरि हे दयाल मोरा जय राधानाथ। हरि हे दयाल मोरा जय राधानाथ। बारो बारो हे बारो लोहो निज सा। बारो बारो हे बारो लोहो निज सा। बाहुयोनि भ्रमिनाथ लोहिनु शरण। बाहुयोनि भ्रमिनाथ लोहिनु शरण। निज गुणे कृपा करो आधम तारण। निज गुणे कृपा करो आधम तारण। जगत करण तुम्हें जगत जीवना। जगत करण तुम्हें जगत जीवना। तुम चढ़ कर नाही हे राधा राम। तुम चढ़ कर नाही हे राधा रमण भुवन मंगल तुम्ही भुवनिरपाती भुवन मंगल तुम्ही भुवनिरपाती तुम्ही उपे केले नाथा ही होई बेगाती तुम्ही उपे केली नाथा ते होई बेगाती भाविया देखीनु ये जगता माझ्या रे भाविया देखीनु ये जगता माझ्या रे तुम बिन केहू नाही वेदासी उतारे तुम बिन केहू नाही वेदासे उदारे हरि हे दयाल मोरा जय राधानाथा हरि हे दयाल मोरा जय राधानाथा बारो बारो ये बारो दोहोनी जसा बारो बारो ये बारो लोहोनी जसा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji.
I'm reading the translation.
Yeah.
O Hari, O my merciful Lord, all glories to you. O Lord of Radha, again and again I have pleaded with you, and now I beg you yet again to accept me as your own. O Lord, hopelessly taking birth over and over, I have now come to you for refuge. Please show your merciful nature and deliver this wretched soul. You are the cause of the universe and its very life. Other than you, O lover of Radha, there is no shelter. You bring about auspiciousness for the world, and you are the master of all the worlds as well. O Lord, what will become of me if you forsake me? I have understood after contemplating my predicament that within this world there is no one who can deliver this servant but you. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. We'll go to the shlokas. So, Hare Krishna everyone.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Mataji.
Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna everyone. Hare Krishna. So we are reading prayers from Bhagavatam. So today we are going to read prayers of Arjuna. So this comes in Canto 1, chapter 7. So the shlokas from 22 to 25. There are the prayers. So before that, before we start, I just tell you how this why Arjuna started praying to the Lord. So how this you all know about Brahmastra, which was, which Ashwatthama used, right? So you all know, like in Mahabharata war, like how Ashwatthama killed the 5 children of Pandavas, the young Pandavas, like that too they were sleeping, no? So and then he thought that, Duryodhana would be pleased, and he brings them to, he brings their heads to Duryodhan, but Duryodhan was not happy. He was not happy with the heinous act, and he condemned it. And then when Draupadi comes to know, obviously mother, so she starts lamenting and she was crying unbearably. And then when Arjuna, he comes and he solaces her, saying that I would bring his head, right, the Ashwatthama head, and then he gets ready and he goes to fight. So by that time, when by seeing Arjuna coming, he was afraid. Ashwatthama was afraid, and then immediately what does he do? He didn't know what to do, and then he chants the Vedic hymns, and then he shoots the he uses the Brahmas for Brahmastra. But actually he was not aware that how to take it back. He didn't know that. He only know how to only the one way he knew, but to revert it back, to cancel it, he didn't know that. But then when the Brahmastra was left, so I think it was in the previous shloka, so we can see here. So there was glaring light spread in all directions. It was so fierce that Arjuna thought his own life in danger. And then he starts to begin to address Lord Krishna. Right? That's how the prayer starts. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, Verse 22. Arjuna Uvacha. Krishna Krishna Mahabaho. Bhakta Nama Bhayankara. Tvameko Dahyamana Nam Apavargo Asi Samsritehe. Okay. You all can repeat. Arjuna Uvacha.
Arjuna
Uvacha.
Krishna Krishna Mahabaho.
Krishna
Krishna
Mahabaho.
Bhakta Nama Bhayankara.
Bhakta Nama
Bhayankara.
Tvameko Dahyamananam
Tammeko Dayamananam
Apavargo Asi Samsritehe.
Aparvargo
Asi Samsritehe.
Mataji, you can read that synonyms.
Translation. Arjuna said, O my Lord Shri Krishna, you are the almighty personality of Godhead. There is no limit to your different energies. Therefore, only you are the competent to instill fearlessness in the hearts of your devotees. Everyone in the flames of material miseries can find the path of liberation in you only. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Okay, I thought to read synonyms. Okay, I think it will take time. Okay, we can go with the translation. Arjuna Uvacha. Arjuna said, Krishna, O Krishna, Krishna, O Lord Krishna, Mahabaho, he who is the Almighty, Bhaktanam of the devotees, Abhayankara, eradicating the fears of, from you, Eka, alone, Dahyamananam, those who are suffering from, Apavargaha, the path of liberation, Asi, or Samsrutehe, in the midst of material miseries. So, Arjuna said, O Lord Krishna, O my Lord Krishna, you are almighty personality of Godhead. There's no limit to your different energies. Therefore, only you are competent to instill fearlessness in the hearts of your devotees. Everyone in the flames of material desires can find the path of liberation in you only. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Arjuna was aware of the transcendental qualities of Lord Krishna as he had already experienced them during the Kurukshetra war, in which both of them were present. So, there were many things, right, which Krishna, how he saved Arjuna, like when Arjuna was in problem, right? When Jarasandha was to kill him, and Krishna actually, how did he save him? How did he save? What did he do? What was the trick which Arjuna did? Sorry, Lord Krishna did.
He
Anyone remember?
jumped from the mountain.
Huh?
He jumped off from the mountain.
No.
He made it appear as if the sun had set.
Yeah, yes. He made it that the sun has set. He using his Sudarshana chakra, and he covered the sun so that everybody thought it was over and they closed, no? And then, I mean, many things he did. And then when Bhishma, so Jayadratha thought he was, everybody thought, Arjuna. So it was a challenge that if Arjuna is defeated, then he would commit suicide. So they all were making fun that Arjuna has lost it. But then again, Arjuna, the Lord supported how Krishna is always on the side of devotees. So, and then again, Krishna had told that he would never lift the weapon. But then to save Arjuna, so when Bhishma was to kill Arjuna, he lifted the chariot wheel. No? And not only that, and also he had shown the universal form of the Lord, and he had shown the 400 form of Vishnu form, and then so he saw all that, right? He has seen all the opulences, and he wanted to see the manifested form of the Lord, how he came into this material world. So Arjuna knows that now. He was very much convinced that he is the supreme personality of Godhead. And in 10th chapter also he says, Param Brahma Parandama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum. So he prays that you are the supreme personality of Godhead. So now also he is like, we know that when after he sees the army in the Kurukshetra war, immediately what Arjuna did when he was not able to decide what is right, whether to fight or not fight, no, then also he surrenders. So this is the first quality that one must have. So we need a shelter of the Lord. So we need to be ready to surrender. So surrender means not just in the name, but then how do we take the instructions from the Bhagavad Gita? What Lord has given the instructions, are we trying to inculcate in our lives? So if we take that instruction, then it is like real surrender. No, anukulasya sankalpaha pratikulasya varjanam. Rakshishyatiti vishwaso goptrutve varnanam tata atmanikshepa karpanye shadvida sharanagati. So 6, it is said surrender means doing everything in favor of the Lord and the spiritual master, and not doing something which is not in favor of for Krishna consciousness. And then anukulasya sankalpa pratikulasya varjanam rakshishyatiti vishwaso, having firm faith that Krishna will protect me. Goptrutve varnanam tata, he is my guardian. So, and then Krishna Atma Nikshepa Karpanya means with all humility and complete surrender. So that is real surrender. So Arjuna is started praising the Lord with these prayers. So we continue. Therefore, Arjuna's version of Lord Krishna is authoritative. Krishna is almighty and is especially the cause of fearlessness for the devotees. So devotees of the Lord are said to be always fearless, just like Prahlad Maharaj. A devotee of the Lord is always fearless because of the protection given by the Lord. Material existence is something like a blazing fire in the forest, which can be extinguished by the mercy of Lord Krishna. The spiritual master is the mercy representative of the Lord. Therefore, a person burning in the flames of material existence may receive the rains of mercy of the Lord through the transparent medium of the self-realized spiritual master. The spiritual master, by his words, can penetrate into the heart of suffering person and inject knowledge transcendental, which alone can extinguish the fire of material existence. So this material world is compared. So this material existence is compared to the blazing fire. So this is what is said in the morning, the prayer we sing. No, anyone knows that Samsara Dava? You can sing the first stanza. Samsara Dava Nadanila Loka. Hare Krishna. I think most of you know that.
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I say? Just
Yeah,
the first
sure.
one, no?
Yeah, first one.
Okay. Samsare dava nalalidha loka janaya karunya gana ganatva tapasya kalyana gunana vasya vande guru shri charanarvindam. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Very nice, beautifully sung. So yeah, so so it says that samsara dava nadalida loka. So this world, material world, is compared to like, so just like a blazing fire. How the fire happens in forest, no, it happens on its own. Na? So similarly, it is compared that this in material world we get problems without our wanting. No, nobody desire to have any problem. Everybody wants to be happy in life, but then it comes on its own. So to face such challenges to tackle in life, so we need guidance from spiritual master. So that is why we surrender to a spiritual master. So who is also is said to be a, because he is getting that ocean of mercy from Supreme Lord, and he can only give us that. No? The spiritual master is said to be the mercy representative of the Lord. Therefore, a person burning in the flames of material existence can receive the rains of mercy of the Lord through transparent medium of self-realized spiritual master. So that spiritual master who has realized the knowledge, no, and who has understood the truth. Only such spiritual master who is coming in a bona fide sampradaya. We need to go to such a spiritual master. And it is said here that by his words, he can penetrate into the heart of suffering person and inject knowledge transcendental. So unless we have mercy of the spiritual master, we will not be able to understand this transcendental knowledge of Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. So even Lord Krishna, so spiritual master, actually we can do seva in two ways. No? One is Vapu and Vapu seva and Vani seva. So what is Vapu and what is Vani seva?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Vapu Seva means doing a physical service to the spiritual master, like uh, providing, like cleaning his room or cooking food for the spiritual master. And the Vani Seva is by preaching, by using words of the spiritual master and propagating Krishna consciousness through that.
So which is more highest?
Vani Seva Mataji.
Yeah. Why?
Because it not only purifies the individual, but it propagates and spreads the Krishna consciousness movement to other individuals also, and it has more association or the spread of the Krishna consciousness, whereas Vapu Seva is only for one individual service of Guru Maharaj.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Very
Hare
much.
Krishna.
So yeah, so it is both are important because spiritual master's body is also, it is said, it is not material, it is spiritual, is transcendental. That is so right. But then and it is said we should not consider him to be an ordinary human being. He's a like say he should be treated like a god himself. No, he's a representative of God. So, but then yes, as Mataji said, Vani is very more important because not everyone can do the direct service to the spiritual master. As also now, since Srila Prabhupada is not there, so then how do we serve him? So only by even is reading his books and to preach others. So then only he can be satisfied. So Prabhupada always said that I am always there in my books. So Vani Seva is more important compared to the Vapu Seva. And yeah, go to the next one. Swamadhya Purusha Sakshad And Tvamadaya Purusha Sakshad Ishvara Prakrite Prakrite Paraha Mayam Vyudasya Chikkatya Chikchakya Kaivalye Sthita Atmani. Sorry. Tvamadaya Purusha Sakshad. Can repeat.
Tvamadya
Tvamadya
Purusha
Purusha
Sakshad.
Sakshad.
Ishvara Prakrite Paraha.
Ishvara
Ishvara
Prakrite
Prakrite
Paraha.
Mayam Vyudasya Chikchakya
Maya
Maya
Vyudasya
Vyudasya
Chikchakya
Kaivalye Sthita Atmani.
Kaivalye Sthita
Kaivalye
Atmani.
Atmani.
Tvamadayaha, you are the original. Purushaha, the enjoying personality. Saksha, directly. Ishvaraha, the controller. Prakrite, of material nature. Para, transcendental. Mayam, the material energy. Vyudasya, one who has thrown aside. Chit Shaktya, by dint of internal potency. Kaivalye, in pure eternal knowledge and bliss. Sthitaha, placed. Atmani, own self. Translation. You are the original personality. You want to read?
Mataji, if you want.
Yeah, you can do.
Okay. Translation. You are the only personality of Godhead who expands himself all over the creation and is transcendental to material energy. You have cast away the efforts of the material energy by dint of your spiritual potency. You are always situated in eternal bliss and transcendental knowledge. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So yeah, so because the material energy is also the two energies of Krishna. One is spiritual energy and one is the material energy. But then both material energy also serves the Lord, right? She is under the Lord. So Krishna says in chapter 7, Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva Ye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. So actually the divine energy of the Lord is very difficult to overcome, the material energy. But then whoever takes surrender of Krishna, they can come over it. So this is what is Arjuna is saying here, that Krishna is transcendental to material energy because he is not coming under any three of the modes, though Krishna is the creator of the modes. No, he is nirguna. In previous shloka also we saw Krishna is nirguna, means he is not having any, he does not possess any of the material qualities. He is completely spiritual. He is Satchidananda Vigraha. No? Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. The Lord states in Bhagavad Gita that one who surrenders unto the lotus feet of the Lord can get release from the clutches of nescience. So, yeah. Teshamaham samudharta mrityu samsara vartmani bhavamina chirat partha maya veshita chetasam. So I will release them. I will bring them out of the ocean of nescience, Krishna says there. No, in the chapter, I think it comes in chapter 12. So Krishna is like just like sun, and Maya or material existence is just like darkness. Krishna Surya Sama Maya Haya Andakar. Jaha Krishna Vaha Maya Ka Na Adhikar. So Krishna is compared to sun. So when the Lord is there, then there is no ignorance. No? Similarly, when sun is there, when sunshine is come, though there is no darkness. So whenever there is light of sun, darkness or ignorance at once vanish. The best means to get out of the world of ignorance is suggested here. The Lord is addressed here as virginal personality of Godhead. From him, all the other personalities of Godhead expand. The all-pervasive Lord Vishnu is Lord Krishna's plenary portion or expansion. So this Krishna says that in chapter 10, that Ekam Shena Sthito Jagat. He says that what is there to know about me? I mean, after explaining all opulences, he tells Arjuna that I am just with one, one of my plenary portion, which is called Paramatma. No, he expands himself to different plenary portions. And he says from that, because the Kshirodaka Shahi Vishnu, he is as Paramatma, he is the one, he is in everyone's heart. So he is maintaining the complete universe, he says, by my expansion. The Lord expands himself into in innumerable forms of Godhead and living beings, along with his different energies. So Krishna's different energies, material and spiritual. So Bhumirapo nalo vayuhu kammano buddhirevacha ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakritirashtadha. So Krishna's material energies, no? Earth, water, ether, fire, air, and then there is a then there are, Krishna says that apareyamitasmanyam. So he says there is higher to this, which are the living entities. So basically Prabhupada says everything belongs to Krishna. So and for example, if there is a table, so how is the table has come? So it is because of that from the tree. So how is tree, what is the cause of the tree? Earth. So earth, bhumi rapo nalo vayu. Krishna says, Krishna says that I am, it is my material energy. So earth is a energy of the Lord. So everything, whatever we see in this material world is Krishna's different, is energy of the Lord. But Sri Krishna is the original primeval Lord from whom everything emanates. No? Ishopanishad also says this, everything emanates from the Lord. And Krishna still remains complete. No? Purnamadaha purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate purnasya purnamadaya purnameva vishishyate. So from the Lord comes the material world and the spiritual world, both, and all the expansions. But still he remains complete. It's not that something is removed from him and his potency became less. No, he always remains full. The all-pervasive feature of the Lord experienced within the manifested world is also partial representation of the Lord. Paramatma, therefore, is included within him. So the three kind of realization, no? Which are the realization of absolute truth in three stages.
Mataji,
Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan.
Yeah, Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So already in Bhagavan, Brahman is also included and the Paramatma is also included. But Prabhupada says that less intelligent people, they think that the Brahman is the highest and God does not have any form. No, that is very, that is not a proper understanding of the Lord. Actually, Krishna has all the features. That is the right understanding. Otherwise, why will Krishna says that always think of me? How do we think of something, I mean, impersonal or blank or no light? We can't. Krishna says, Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi yuktaivam atmanam matparayanaha. All, I mean, Manmana bhava madbhakto, always think of me and become my devotee, pay obeisances to me. How can we pay obeisances? So Krishna is also, his energy also is pervaded in the deity form also. No, Krishna is there even in the deity, in the Archa Vigraha. So that's how Krishna comes out of mercy, so that we can offer service. How else can we? It is because how else can we associate with the Lord? He wants to give the personal association. So it's all Krishna manifest himself in different forms. So Paramatma is included in him. He is absolute personality of Godhead. He has nothing to do with the action and reaction of material manifestation because he is far above the material creation. So Krishna directly does not involve in material creation. It is his expansion of Mahavishnu who glances at the material nature, no? And then the creation happens. So that is why Prabhupada says this material nature by itself does not have any power to create. Only when the energy of the Lord, when the glance of the Lord happens, then the material energy can, I mean, the n number of living entities she gives birth to. So otherwise, material energy by itself cannot do anything. So darkness is a perverse representation of the sun, and therefore the existence of darkness depends on existence of sun. But in the sun proper, there is no trace of darkness, as the sun is full of light only. Similarly, the absolute personality of Godhead beyond the material existence is full of bliss. So Krishna is always full of bliss. Satchitananda Vigraha, he is said to be. And the sun also, it is said sun and moon, the whatever the effulgence they get, that is coming from the Brahma Jyoti. Because this is not required in Krishna's world, that is the spiritual world. So this is only required. We need sun and moon in material world, and they also get the light from the Lord, that is from Krishna. And it is said in Brahma Samhita also. यच्चाक्षुरेश सविता सकलाग्रहाणां राजा समस्त सुरमूर्तिरशेष तेजः यस्याज्ञया भ्रमति संवृतकालचक्रो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. So Krishna, the Lord, the sun god is considered to be the king of all planets. But then how does he get the light and heat? It is said from the Lord Krishna. So that is why Krishna is the source of everything. He has manifold energies, and through his diverse energies, he creates, manifests, maintains, and destroys in the material world. In his own abode, however, everything is eternal and absolute. So only this material world comes to, gets annihilated, no? So it is said that when Brahma's day start, so actually Brahma's day is very huge. It is said like the 4 yugas into 1,000 cycles. So you all know, right? The Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years, and the double of it is Dwapar Yuga, and 3 times of it is Treta Yuga, and 4 times of it is Satya Yuga. So all together into the 4 yugas has to happen 1,000 times. Then it will be 1 day of Brahma. That is called one kalpa. Similarly, his night, same will be Brahma's night. So in that, in between, we take so many births, and in so many, we change so many different material bodies. I mean, we don't remember. And then finally, when Brahma goes to sleep during the night, everything gets annihilated, and we all go into the unmanifested form, right? We all go into Mahavishnu, right? It is said, Prabhupada explains this in Bhagavad Gita in chapter 8. So, yeah. He, in his own abode, however, everything is eternal and absolute. No? Nathadbhasayate suryo na shashanko na pavakaha yadgatva na nivartante tadhama paramam mama. So Krishna says that my abode, there is a spiritual abode where once you go, you will never return. There is no necessity of sun or moon. Yadgatva na nivartante. One who goes to spiritual abode will not return. So that is a goal of human life, right? So Prabhupada says that we want to come out of this Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. That is why we do so much of, though it is not easy for us, but then voluntarily, the spirituality means taking voluntarily pain. We know it's not easy. You have to get up early in morning, do your 16 rounds, and do Ekadashi fasting on Ekadashis and on the Acharya's disappearance day. Why do we, and Janmashtami, why do we do all this? So it's not that it's very happily we are doing, because we are just in Vaidehi Bhakti. No? Vaidehi Bhakti means we are doing as per the instruction of spiritual master. But once we come to a stage when we really develop that ruchi, then asakti, right, in the devotional service, then it will automatically happen. Now we have to keep alarm, otherwise we can't get up. So it is our situation is like that. But then why are we doing all this thing? Because we want to come out of this cycle of death and birth, age, disease, and old age, right? So Krishna says that once you come to my abode, life is eternal. You will not go through that pain again and again. It's always eternal there. The life is eternal. The world is not conducted by energies of powerful agents by themselves, but by the potent, all-powerful with all energies. Yeah. So everything is energy of Lord. So Shloka, verse 24. Sa eva jiva lokasya. Can repeat. Hare Krishna. Can
Mataji,
repeat.
shall we repeat?
Yeah, you can repeat.
Okay, Mataji. Saiva
Eva
jiva
jiva
lokasya
lokasya
Maya mohita chetasaha
maya
mohita-chetasaha
vidatse svena viryena
vidatse
vidatse
svena
vidatse-svena
virena
viryena
shreyo dharmadi lakshanam
shreyo
shreyo
dharmadi
dharmadi
lakshanam
dharmadi-lakshanam
saeva jiva lokasya
saiva
Saiva
jiva
jiva
lokasya
lokasya
maya mohita chetasaha
maya
maya
mohita
mohita-chetasaha
vidatse svena viryena
vidatse
vidatse-svena
svena
viryena
virena
shreyo dharmadi lakshanam
shreyo dharmadi lakshanam
shreyo-dharmadi-lakshanam
Saha, the transcendence, Eva, certainly, Jiva Lokasya, of the conditioned living beings, Maya Mohita, captivated by illusionary energy, Chetasaha, by the heart, Vidatse, execute, Svena, by your own, Viryena, influence, Shreya, ultimate good, Dharma, Adi, four principles of liberation, Lakshanam, characterized by. Translation, yes, Mataji.
Translation. And yet, though you are beyond the purview of the material energy, you execute the four principles of liberation characterized by religion and so on for the ultimate good of the conditioned souls.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So these Vedas actually, what does it take? Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. So, uh, so people, Krishna has given how to do the carry on the religious duties in the Vedas. So, Dharma, Artha. Why does one follow that? So that he can make money. And then why do you need money? Because to fulfill the desires, Kama, and then finally it is towards liberation. So but then if a person is only doing this because in Vedas mostly they deal with the fruitive activities. So if a person is very attached to only the dharma artha kama, then he will not be interested in getting liberated. No, then he will keep coming to this material world if he is doing the fruitive activities. No, fruitive activities means it could be even like I mean, some could be like doing the sacrifices for going to higher planets. But even then, higher planets, if one go, once the pious credit is over, he has to come down again. No, so the highest is actually to get in the to bhakti. Bhakti is the highest, even though because Prabhupada says pure devotees are not even interested in the liberation. No, liberation. Yeah, so liberation, even in working in material world, they are liberated because they are working for the Lord. So such person, I mean, Rupa Goswami Prabhupada says that that is called Yukta Vairagya. When using everything in service of Lord and working even in the material world, they are said to be liberated. So the purport. The personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, out of his causeless mercy, descends to the manifested world without being influenced by material modes of nature. He is eternally beyond the material manifestation. So, when do the Lord descend? Krishna comes out of internal energy, the Atma Maya. He says, out of he appears in this material world. He descends. So, what? Can someone tell when are the time when the Lord descends?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Okay. Can you explain, Mataji? Very nice.
Whenever there is a decline in religion and increase in irreligion to save the devotees and annihilate the demons, he appears.
Yeah. Yes. So Krishna appears out of causeless mercy, and every millennium he comes, and he has already taken many avatar. No, Krishna. He has Krishna is an avatari because Krishna, when he came as Krishna, he came in his original form, but he has taken many different incarnation, and also at the end of Kali Yuga, he will come as a Kalki, no? When people are forgotten the religious principles and are engaged in all demonic activities. And so that time the Lord descends. So he descends out of his causeless mercy only to reclaim. So why does he come? Reclaim the fallen souls who are captivated by the illusionary energy. And this is the main intention of the Lord. So that is why even when the end of Dwapar Yuga, Krishna gave this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. So that by reading that, by understanding the Bhagavad Gita, so one can go back to Godhead, to engage in this devotional service and go back to Godhead. So that is the intention. Krishna wants every one of us back home, which is our real home. They are attacked by the material energy and they want to enjoy her under false pretext, although in essence the living entity is unable to enjoy. So we are trying to enjoy. So Prabhupada says this example by giving like a kind of like a animal, right? It sees it feels like there is a water in the desert, but it's when you go near, it's just a mirage. No, it's not. There is no water. So similarly, in material world, we think that there is a happiness, and we keep on searching for that happiness in different things, but finally we end up that there is no happiness in that. No, so we are trying to see in false things that the trying to see the happiness. So we are unable to enjoy. One is eternally the servitor of Lord. And when he forgets his position, he thinks of enjoying the material world. But factually, he is in illusion. So we Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jivere Swarupoi Krishnere Nityadas. So one shloka which I would like to read from, which Rishabhadev, right? So Rishabhadev gave his sons the preaching, and this comes in the canto 5. Pumsa Sriyamitu Nibhavametam Tayor Mito Rudaya Granti Mahuhu Ato Gruha Kshetra Sutapta Vitte Janasya Moho Ayamaham Mameti. So he says the attraction between male and female is the basic principle of material existence. On the basis of this misconception, which ties together the hearts of male and female, one becomes attracted to his body, home, property, children, relatives, and wealth. In this way, one increases life's illusion and thinks of terms of I and mine. So that's how we keep getting attached, more and more getting bounded in this material world. So the Lord descends to eradicate this false sense of enjoyment and thus reclaim conditioned souls back to Godhead. That is all merciful nature of the Lord for the fallen souls. So verse 25. Tathayam chavataraste
तथायं चावतारस्ते
Avataaraste
bhuvo bharajihirshaya
Uvo
भारजिहीर्षया
bharajihirshaya
svanam chananya bhavanam
swavanam
Chananya
chanaya
bhavanam
bhavanam
anudhyanaya cha sakrit
anudhyanaya
Anudhyanaya
cha
chasakrit
sakrit
tathayam chavataraste
tathayam
तथायं चावतारस्ते
bhuvo bharajihirshaya
Uvo
भारजिहीर्षया
bharajihirshaya
svanam chananya bhavanam
swavanam
स्वानां चानन्य भावानां
bhavanam
anudhyanaya cha sakrit.
anudhyayana
Jnanaya
cha
chasya
अनुशासित
Tatha, thus, ayam, this, cha, and avataraha, incarnation, te, your, bhuvaha, of the material world, bhara, burden, jihirshaya, for removing, swanam, of the friends, cha, ananya bhavanam, and of the exclusive devotees, anudhyanaya, for remembering repeatedly, cha, and asakrit, fully satisfied.
Translation. Thus you descends as an incarnation to remove the burden of the world and to benefit your friends, especially those who are your exclusive devotees and are constantly wrapped in meditation upon you. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Purport. It appears that the Lord is partial to his devotees. Yeah. So Krishna says that I am equal to Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu Name Dveshosti na Priyaha E Bhajanti tu Bhaktya Maite Teshu Chapyaham. So actually Krishna says Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu. Yeah. So Krishna is not partial. He's there. He's giving all the facilities to every jiva, and he's there as Paramatma also in everyone's heart, because and he also says that I am Bija Pradapita, I am the father of all the living entities. Then why is he partial? No, says that, but you to benefit your friends, it says in the translation that you come to benefit your friends, especially those who are your exclusive devotees. So that's what Krishna says in the next line. Ye bhajanti tu maam bhaktya mai me te teshu chapyaham. So whoever is so devotes me, and right, I am a friend of him and he is a friend to me. So Krishna will never always remember, he will never forget those devotees. So Krishna, today's Prabhupada's, I don't know if any of you have seen, the quote of the day was something similar to this, which said that Krishna is there in heart, right? So Krishna is there in heart for everyone, but then he will become active and he starts to guide us when we start to take his instruction and become his devotee. So when one becomes a devotee, then the Paramatma becomes really active. Otherwise, he'll be in a slumber, like he is not, because he knows that we are not, unless one surrenders, Krishna does not reciprocate. So he's not guiding, or we are not getting any guidance from the Lord. But then when the Lord, so he says, so Prabhupada writes there that, okay, now he has become my devotee, so let me guide him. So Krishna in that way reciprocates. So in that way, he is partial. But then Krishna is open. Nobody is telling not to become devotee. Everybody can become devotee, right? So everyone is related with the Lord. Mamai Vamsha Jivaloka Sanatana, because everyone are part and parcel to the Lord. He is equal to everyone, and yet he is more inclined to his own men and devotees. To his own men means, here Prabhupada further explains. So the Lord is everyone's father. No one can be his father, and yet no one can be his son. He is said to be a great grandfather, no? Because Brahma is said to be the grandfather, and he is father to Brahma. So he is great grandfather. Prapitamahascha, Arjuna says in chapter 11, when you are Prapitamaha, means you are a great grandfather. So because nobody else was there before the Lord, Krishna is Adi Purusha. No one was there. Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishnaha Sachidananda Vigraha Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. Everything else, all are causes of the Lord. So all emanations has also come after the Lord. So he is the Adi Purusha. So this is his transcendental. His devotees are his kinsmen, and his devotees are his relations. So it is not that his blood relations, no, it is actually his devotees are his kinsmen. Because with the 5 rasas, one can have relationship with the Lord. No? What are the 5 rasas? We can serve the Lord through 5 rasas.
Tantra, Dasya,
Yeah.
Vatsalya,
Vatsalya, Madhurya,
Madhurya,
Sakya.
Sakya. Yeah. So these are the 5 rasas which devotees share with the Lord. So Krishna is pleased in any of the rasas when we serve the Lord. No? So this is his transcendental pastime. It has nothing to do with mundane ideas of relation, fatherhood, or anything like that. As mentioned above, the Lord is above the mode of material nature, and thus there is nothing mundane about his kinsmen and relations in devotional service. So we should not think that Krishna is very partial only to this, his whoever to Yadus or like that. No, nothing like that. So even otherwise also, when Krishna was there, he was very. I mean, his blessings. I mean, he was always supporting towards his devotees, not just his own kinsmen or blood relation like that. So because Krishna is above the three modes of material nature. I think with this we stop here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Okay.
Krishna Mataji.
Mataji, I think there are around 25. I have the list. There could be many, Mataji. We have
Mataji, it's like in Bhagavatam, there are many prayers, but we
yeah,
are going to cover only
yeah,
25
important. Yeah, 25.
important ones.
So like now next week it will be prayers by Kunti Maharani, Queen Kunti. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
If you have any question, please raise your hand. Or else we can end the meeting.